Hi everybody, here I am on a beautiful, crisp, cool fall Wednesday. I think I can see my breath as I talk, but it's a beautiful day today. The sun is shining and I'm getting outdoors while I can still take advantage of the weather before all the trees come down with their leaves and they all fall. It's just a nice day and it's good to be there. In the midst of this nice day, I've been doing a little bit of thinking. It seems to me that I've had several conversations in the last week with people who are finding themselves coming to the end of their energy. The idea being that sort of like I'm doing as much as I can, can't do any more, not sure how I can do any more, those sorts of things. And it got me reflecting a little bit. If you know me and you know a little bit about my story, one of the things you will know is that I've flirted with burnout a number of times and over a number of things in my history. And it's not a surprise to me because I'm a passionate person, I'm a high energy person, I've got a lot of interests, and I've found over the years that I can get spread too thin. And if I get spread too thin and I'm not taking good enough care of myself, or the situation is the kind of situation that uses up a lot of my energy and I'm not getting much back, burnout is one of the places that I go. And over the years as well, I have kind of come to understand my patterns and how those patterns lead me in that direction. And I think there's been good learnings for me there. And I thought maybe this might be a chance, as I'm hearing a lot of people feeling like they're coming to the end of their energy too, to talk a little bit about the gifts and lessons of burnout. And I mean, for me, I think that the most important thing about burnout is that it happens when I spend more resources than I have coming back to me. I'm an extrovert. That means I get a lot of back and forth energy between people, like being with other people energizes me. Feeling the support of other people is really important to me. But also the fact that I'm an extrovert means that I can be the one feeding all the energy into the situation, and other people can sometimes take that and not give it back to me in various ways. And so I've had to become more intentional about paying attention to when my energy's going out and nothing's coming back. The people around you love you. They may not even realize that this is happening to you, that you're one of the people who is getting exhausted by this. And so the most important thing that I can do in those situations is to put up some boundaries, to say, no, I can't do that today. No, that's really something that I can't add to my plate, and not feel guilty about it. We live in a society that seems, I've talked about it before, that seems to tell us that we're not enough. So that means that when we try to put up a realistic boundary of, no, I can't give that to you, the society says, what's wrong with you that you can't give this to me? And it feeds into the not enoughness. And I have to guard against that with love, to make sure that I'm not giving away my energy to places where, at least at that time and place, my energy needs not to be used, because I need it for myself and for the other things that I'm doing and for the other people that I'm taking care of. That's one sort of thing. But I also think another really important thing about that is, I always use the metaphor of, I have a well, it has a certain amount of water in it, and therefore and it only replenishes at a certain rate. So therefore, if I want to keep well hydrated, I mean, well hydrated is one of those things we're supposed to be. I can't continue to use water at a big rate and never put anything back in the well, because eventually what's going to happen is your well's going to go dry. I mean, we know that in Nova Scotia. We've had a dry summer, and if you just keep using the water and taking it out and nothing's going back in, eventually that well will run dry. So I have to be intentional about thinking about what fills my well, and what do I need to do to fill my well. I know that I spent a little time this afternoon before making this video working at my sewing machine, because creating things fills my well. And it's one of the first things that get pushed aside as not essential when I'm feeling like I'm not giving enough, or when I've got a lot of things to do and I feel like there's no way I'm allowed to take some time for me. It's super important to take that time to do something that's going to make you feel fulfilled. And I know one of the other pieces I, as an extrovert, am thinking about is that I need to get out and see some more people, and I'm hoping to make some contacts that's going to get me face to face with people over the next little while. If you're an introvert, What you might find is what you need is some time by yourself to recharge. And all of those things are great. You're allowed to have them. My husband showed me a little graphic on creativity, and after I finish this video, I'm going to go look it up and put it in the comments if you want to find it too. And it's from a well-known illustrator and an animator in the public out there making videos and things like that with animation. And he said, 9 things I've learned from 10 years in the business about creativity. And one of the things that he said is you gotta breathe in. We get to that point where we're constantly breathing out, and we're breathing out our creativity in the world, but you can't breathe out forever without breathing back in. And I think it's the same metaphor. It's a metaphor for the same thing as filling your well. The idea being that there's got to be something come back in if you're going to keep putting things out. There, I just hit my camera and made it wobble. And I think that as we are at this 6 and 7 and 8 month period in our pandemic, I think this is a really timely message. We've been given for a long time. We've been in crisis mode for a long time, and we're settling down into a different kind of mode where this is our new normal for a while, maybe for a long while. And I mean, we're so lucky here in Nova Scotia that we're inside the bubble, that we're having an opportunity to be able to see our friends and family and do that sort of thing. But even if you happen to be listening to this and are not in a place where you're able to get out and see people so much, where the lockdown restrictions have happened, consider that you got to find ways in whatever your normal is to be able to keep filling your well, to be able to keep breathing in. And if it helps at all, I want to give you permission to do that. I want to give you permission sometimes even to frustrate and disappoint people that love you for a little while. If what you need is to replenish and restore and refill. I love you all. I want you to learn to take care of yourself. And I'm kind of hoping that in the next couple days I can put up another video, which is a brief guided meditation for breathing in. And I will do that. But for right today, I'm going to say goodbye. Take care of yourself. God bless.